Listen, they call this the prettiest little stadium in America. Glad to have you with us from Paulson Stadium. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. It's the Appalachian State Mountaineers and the Georgia Southern Eagles. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Checking in with Georgia Southern's head coach before the game. He knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Georgia Southern will kick it off to get things started. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Mountaineers offense will have the first crack at it in this one. Redemption might be on their mind as they took a whipping the last time these two squared off.
They sure did, Reese, and their best players made a lot of mistakes the last time out, especially on offense. David, it's really important in this one. The stars have to play like stars. They got to stat it up, and they got to start fast.
And they got to remember what happened. They got to remember the celebration, the on-field antics, the social media, all of it that came with it. The embarrassment of last time. So, yes, your big players, they got to play big, especially in these rivalry games.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Just feeds the running back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. 3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. Right side, it's Roberts. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a crease, it's Lewis. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. Let's talk about App State. For a lot of schools facing the hill they climb, you have to work the portal. But don't sleep on the high school recruiting either, David. They got a good 3-star running back just this past week.
Yeah, and you create some excitement, you create some momentum. These are the kind of guys that, man, they come in right away. They got a chance to play. Like, you're telling them the future's going to be bright. We're trying to build something special. We just need you.
The Mountaineers are rolling down the field. Out wide right, it's James. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And the Mountaineers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Hits inside, it's Webb. Defense all over him.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clocked.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but they'll have to convert 3rd and long to keep it going. Back to throw, it's Singleton. Fires to the middle. Got his man. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time.
Got some room headed to the goal line. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Mountaineers. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
The Eagles offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He's a good route runner, good solid hands, and a big part of this passing attack.
It's pretty amazing when you watch this offense because they're not very talented. They're average, quite honestly, a lot of spots. Except the guy at wide receiver, David. He is elite. And today on offense, everything should go through him.
And when you've got one of those guys, you've got a chance, right? One guy that puts fear in the defense. And I love that we continue to see guys have real success at smaller levels, right? It's not just the power four. These are guys that end up getting plucked and go to the next level. You can still be a burner and still have that great speed and route running and develop. And this guy has, and he is one of the best players on he actually is the best player on this team. And he is option number 1 for the squad.
Motion from the wideout. Snap on first down, wants to throw. It's a fumble. And the ball is going to land out of bounds. They'll maintain possession and pick up a few yards in the process.
Ooh, offense really lucky there. Ball on the ground. Everybody's trying to make a scramble for it, and it just goes out of bounds. So the offense lucky to maintain possession.
Throws it off the RPO. He's there to make the... And they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. 3rd and long coming up. Johnson looking to throw. Hauls it in. He stopped just inside his own 40. They'll mark it at the 39. It'll be 4th down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big 3rd down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The first play of this drive comes from the 27. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lewis. Nowhere to go. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get...
Makes a grab and room to run. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. At the 20. And he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown, Mountaineers!
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And the extra point was good. He'll bring it out. It's Taylor. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Left side is Helms. Could not make his way to the corner. Line getting set on 2nd down. We've reached the break, and Appalachian State has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Johnson wants to throw it. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
The keeper on the option. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Sells the run, looking to pass. Right side, it's Bradshaw.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times, those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times, good things happen.
Still running up the 40. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The Eagles come to the line with a new set of downs. Corner's going to give them room. Trying to move them on the counter. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And I think a lot of times when offenses run these counters, you're going to fake one way, right? Pull guys the other direction. If you can get some penetration really quickly, get behind those pullers, you got a chance to get in the backfield, just like right there, and create a TFL.
Runs through a tackle. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert third and short from the 30? Johnson looking to throw. On the run, fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. And the Eagles go back to work after moving the chains through the air. He'll pull it on the read. Fights off. It's a fumble. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. This is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now, they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
Throws to the wideout. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Mountaineers offense to take the field and open this possession. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Got the first down. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Trying to get the corner. The pitch. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Roberts. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. The Mountaineers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. To throw, it's Singleton. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground. Long way to go on second down. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And he avoids the sack.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz. Because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
Well, it's 3rd and long. They're trying to throw beyond the sticks to get the first down. What a great job by the defender that time, breaking on the ball, snagging it out in the air, and securing that interception.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Fresh set of downs going up top. Grab it. It's a fumble on the play. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Johnson wants to throw it. Finds his man. It's Dallas. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. Timeout taken by the offense. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Georgia Southern about to snap it on another 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Out wide right, it's Hollins. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. The Eagles, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Snagged it in the end zone and put points on the board.
That is exactly how you want to end halves. Put a drive together, score the touchdown, a chance to tie this up, and take all the momentum into halftime.
And the extra point is good. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Takes the handoff. It's Lewis. Moving past the 25. Good gain there. Picks up the first down, and now maybe this offense attacks before the half. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Wants to throw one first. Throws for the tight end. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. First up, a look at Michigan, taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. And it's the Wolverines getting a banner day from their stars on the road. To pick up victories away from home, that's the mark of a focused team. Make it 2 straight victories, and though their quest for perfection is over, this team is still very much alive in the playoff picture. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Back now to your game inside Paulson Stadium. And it's been a hard-fought battle today. 2 teams out there playing ball and treating this crowd to a memorable first half. Seems to me, and I know I'm going to sound like a coach here, the team that limits turnovers and strings together productive drives is going to be the one celebrating a well-earned victory today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. From deep, it's Taylor. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get into the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
How about the power there to get it across the 20 and up to the 21-yard line?
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Look out! Finds his target. What a cut! Now he's loose. He's running free down the middle. Inside the touchdown, Georgia Southern. With that, they grab the lead here in the second half.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the...
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes with a quick strike up top, covering 79 yards. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Buying time to his right. Right side, it's Villa. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go. Until he gets to the 48-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. On the move, it's Roberts. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Singleton. Fires to the right. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Out wide right, it's Sanchez. Putting... a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. And the Mountaineers are moving quickly down the field. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. First down and 10. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Really good job on the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that and start flipping.
Nowhere to go. Down he goes at the 39.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket. He comes away with a sack.
Rush right in his face. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. The Mountaineers will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Georgia Southern's offense comes out to get this drive started. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Between the hashes, it's Helms. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They'll declare. Here, and the result of the play stands. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Stopped right there.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Johnson looking to throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Not a lot of room to field this one. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Love the coverage on the back end. The defenders staying right by the receiver in the intended target. And as a result, that ball's incomplete.
3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to fire deep. Snags it inside the 20. Into the house. Touchdown, Appalachian State. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
Well, he's just running straight down the field. The thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly. Put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown.
Coming out with it, it's Murphy. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. This game will officially be in the books shortly. Gives us a minute to check out the top 12 and the scoreboard and see how those teams vying for playoff spots are doing. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Johnson wants to throw it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down to the air. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. It's a seam wide open. The tag. Touchdown, Eagles. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Mountaineers offense coming onto the field. Takes the handoff. It's Roberts. Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The play fake. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
They boot it away. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Johnson looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. And the Eagles peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bradshaw. He'll be stopped, but not before. He carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pulls it. He'll pitch it. And that one will go and reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on 3rd and goal, and it did not pay off.
Well, you got to think in his mind right now, ball security is at a premium, right? He's had a problem with that earlier in this game, but with the lead now late in the game, yards aren't as important as taking care of the football. I think he's doing a better job of that now late.
And he got it! And that lead grows even bigger.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
Appalachian State comes out onto the field to get the drive started. Giving up that last field goal really ratchets up the sense of urgency for the offense on this drive. Going to take a shot. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
And that didn't look like it was the right read. You got to be smart as a quarterback, make the right decisions. And I know he's a go-to guy, and he's already had success on the day. But sometimes you can force it in when it's just not there. That was really good coverage. I know he's good, but be smart with the football and don't try to force it into closed windows.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. To the air, it's Singleton. Throws to the tight end. Makes the grab. He'll have the 1st down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped. And the Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Straight ahead, it's Roberts. He's past the sticks. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? Fresh set of downs going up top. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. 2nd and long here. Handoff from the gun. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Right side, it's James. At the 35, he's open. Snags it and he's open. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. The Mountaineers line it up with a 1st and goal. Defense just going after him. They stop him for a loss of 6.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And it comes up empty there, but that's exactly what this offense needs to keep doing, man. Keep throwing the football. Like, don't quit. Don't give up. I know you're down a couple of possessions, but you want to show your team, man, that we're always going to fight no matter what the scoreboard is. That's what we are. That's who we are. We're competitive, and we're going to keep getting better, and that's the goal of this squad.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And this one splits the uprights. This is now a 7-point game.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Time is of the essence, just under a minute to go as they line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
They try to pop a run on the draw. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Georgia Southern will try to use every second on this clock. Keeps it on the option. Breaks into the open. Pass to 6. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it up to 14. The Mountaineers call a timeout. That's their second. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee.